Slowly, my eyes begin to see that I need you near with me for all time. My feelings are so deep from you that I won't let go, no, of you. And I can't let this love, and I can't turn it around, and only then, no.
Please don't take away, please don't go away from me. I had a stroke in the middle of the song.
When you call my name,
I'll reach out my hand to you. In hospice. We can work it out. Whatever it may be, girl. Please don't go.
please don't go.
Whoa, ha, ha.
Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha. Y'all know they be begging.
Show about nothing.
Oh, absolutely
it is
not.
Jaded XD. I am your host, XD, aka the cool side of the pillow.
I am Jade, aka Mother Sauce. I don't care if that didn't hit to nobody but me. Soon as we start doing Mother Sauces at school, I said, new drag name! Mother Sauce! Please!
So you're sourdough, essentially?
Sourdough.
And don't you need a mother? Don't you? Is the bacteria like the mother sauce?
No,
right?
there's the 5 mother sauces in classical French culinary. So you've got the 5 mother sauces, which are like the base sauce.
Mornay.
No, Béarnaise.
No.
Those are actually derivative sauces.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I missed that day of
Bechamel. We got bechamel, Espanol, tomato creole. I am Hollandaise and beurre blanc.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to culinary school is paying off, my girl.
Oh wait, I'm lying. Espanol.
Oh, maybe not.
I forgot velouté.
Okay.
Hollandaise, beurre blanc.
Okay. All of which are like 900 calories per spoonful.
Oh yeah, nigga, they be full of flour and cream and butter.
Yeah.
But they're delicious and they
that.
better than anything you niggas is eating at Wendy's.
That's very true. Very true. It has been a while since we have seen and heard from you all.
Yeah.
And each other, actually. We have not. We've been out of the studio for about a month and change. So
We went on real break.
And by studio I mean the comforts of my bedroom.
I put my microphone up and didn't look at it.
Nigga, I did not open my computer for like 2.5 weeks. Like
Same.
as soon as I Actually, last time I opened it, I could tell you was the night before Christmas, or the night before Christmas Eve, because I had to post the show and stuff. But other than that, I didn't open it until like today.
Nope.
Right.
Anything I needed to do with that, I've done with my iPad, because I had to start back school earlier than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll get to all of those doings. What's up, niggas?
I know. Let's get the business stuff out the way.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all for supporting us throughout 2021, and hopefully you continue to support us while we are doing bigger and better and the most in 2022. With that being said, please subscribe to us on all platforms. Please tell a friend. People are still discovering that we're not just on Spotify anymore. Tell a friend that we're everywhere, just like Visa. We are also on Patreon, still the $7 holla. We, again, took a break from everything. But we are coming back with the heat. We're actually... By the time you listen to this, we have tried an experiment on Patreon. It may happen again, so you just gotta be aware of that digital drop, and keep your emails and keep your ear to the streets. The $7 still, and of course, we're on YouTube again. Took a break, but we'll be back. But subscribe to us; it's free $99. Different content there, and shows, and all of the YouTubey stuff. What else we got going on? Socials. I think that's it for now. But anyway, that's 7 minutes. It's been so long.
I know, and I still, I got nothing for you, friend. I got nothing right now.
Right. So let's start with the big, what did we cook for the holiday, the dinner?
Oh, shit, yeah. Damn, I have to remember that. I made a leg of lamb. A delicious roasted cream spinach.
That's what because you sent me the video.
Yes, that's right. I made my ginger honey glazed carrots. I did roasted fingerlings.
Right? Hey, why don't you go find some, what are the little potatoes called? The tiny ones?
Fingerling potatoes?
Yeah, I fucking love fingerling potatoes.
We kept it real classy. I did a nice little salad with some pomegranate seeds and some goat cheese and a little vinaigrette. So do, never mind.
Like the nuts, they look like nigga toes.
Yeah, I really love fingerlings.
They do. They just look like dick fingers.
I'm never gonna get that out of my head now. Especially when you cut them in half, and then you know how sometimes niggas' nails be curved. I don't know what that's all about. How come niggas' nails be curved? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, oh, he got nigga nails. Shut up.
If they have more than one silver tooth,
they got curved fingernails.
Yeah, yeah. Do I have no?
Like I knew if I was talking to a nigga back in the day and he had them curved fingernails, he was gonna roll me a nice blunt.
Because it's like the indentation of where you tuck the the wrap.
And they always had a tint on the. Yeah.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
I made some rolls. We had some pies. Like I can't even remember anymore.
Yeah, I had made a ham jerk chicken wings because I miss Jamaican food.
That's real.
And I made mashed potatoes, dressing, roasted broccoli, corn, and we don't really. I'm the only person that eats dessert here, so I.
You don't eat dessert either. Oh no, he doesn't eat dessert.
No. He's not like a sugar person. If like it'll be candy, and even then it's like once a month. Like his discipline.
This nigga eats 5 things. Let me tell y'all. And he texts me over. He gonna text me over the break. XD's nigga, not XD, and say, "I just want you to know that I ate spinach for the 2nd time and I didn't hate it. You would be proud of me."
Yeah.
It was the first text I got at like 8:15 in the morning. And I was like, "Is this nigga eating spinach at 8 o'clock in the morning?" And then I was nigga, it's 5:15 in the morning in LA. Why are you texting me about spinach? It's like Plies. He's talking about that bitch tried to cook him some lima beans fresh out the club. He was like, "Bitch, who's cooking lima beans at 4 a.m.?"
Word. Well, I am on like a high protein, low carb situation. So, but I'm not like, I'm doing Whole30, yada yada. Then I realized, no, nigga, I need bread. So no. So it's like, I have bread like once every 3 days or something like that. If I choose to.
I wish I was tech friendly so I could put together a montage of all of your various food journeys over the past several years.
Listen, I feel like Oprah, because you know, like every year she can show a new fucking diet and shit. Telling niggas how everybody's fat and why we should jump on the program like her.
I know.
Because it works. And then here's back on the, listen, it's a journey. It's a struggle, man. I get it. But as you can see, it's working. But anywho, I had cooked like eggs. And the reason why I had spinach is because I was in there, and spinach don't last long, and it was fresh. So I'm like, let me just saute this shit right on. Yeah. And he was like, I'm making it a point to have greens in all of my food meals. I was like, growth. And so all of a sudden I turn around and he's like eating it out like the container I put it in from the pot. And I'm like, huh. And he was like, I don't hate it. I was like,
okay. At 5:15?
Yeah. It was one of those times where like, how like, it's like Sunday brunch or whatever, and then you go to bed, like how you take a nap and it turns into like 12 hours, and you just wake up and you just dumb hungry.
Yeah. And I guess that's better. I did see y'all niggas ordering White Castles at like 4 a.m., so.
Yeah, and what's wild is that we've always talked about like how we have weird sleeping habits or whatever, but even back in Brooklyn, we were up like odd hours. Yeah. And I think it has a lot to do with just conditioning from work, working all those years and having to travel all the way to like Darfur and Sudan, every morning. It's true. It's true. Total side note and horrible segue, but New York City's new mayor is awful.
Oh my God, this nigga here.
And the response to the families who were killed in that fire in the Bronx
which was
horrible.
Devastating. It was devastating. It was first horrible, of all, the fire was devastating. And Eric, whatever the fuck, is an idiot.
Adams.
He is an idiot.
Cop.
Yeah, he is a cop. He talks like one too. And I don't find them to be the brightest people. You know what I'm saying? Amongst many other things. But Eric Adams got up. I'm not even in regards to the Bronx fire. Even before that nigga got up there talking about niggas who work low wage jobs don't have the this and the that to sit in a corner office.
My low-skilled workers, my cooks, my dishwashers, my messengers, my shoe shine people, those who work in Dunkin' Donuts, they don't have the academic skills to sit in a corner office.
And I said, nigga, you don't have the Dunkin' Donuts workers and the this. You don't have the skill to sit in a corner office. And truth be told, half the niggas who are sitting in corner offices don't have the skills to sit in corner offices.
Talk about it.
But what the fuck are you what are you saying right now? Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Between him and Lori
Right.
fucking Lightfoot, I'm like, the niggas are disappointing me. I ain't got no
Oscar
hope.
the friendly. Oscar the Grouch from Southside.
I wish that bitch would go get lost in one of her suits. Like, she needs to get lost.
Yeah.
Scrap.
Okay.
Into one of your suits. Into the thick of it.
Into the path and winding in your Steve Harvey collection suit.
Even Steve Harvey's suit's better than Lori Lightfoot's suits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. Steve Harvey has been dressing, okay? Call him salad, okay? Marjorie has been flipping the pages of Italian Vogue and L'Homme.
She said, tonight you're going to wear your ankles out.
Okay, she said, you're not going to be one of these niggas that be showing up on Miss Tina's Instagram. Mm-hmm. So, like, during quarantine, I had not quarantine, but this time, well, yes, technically during quarantine, because that's exactly what's been happening. So, of course, like today, I was trying to find, I happened to go on I was on Instagram looking at Britney Spears' Instagram, right?
Uh-huh.
And because, you know, she's been going, my girl's been going through a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's been displaying her freedom loudly. You know what I mean?
She's stronger than yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, Britney is free out loud. You know, and that's all I'll say about that. So somehow that led me to Tamika Scott's from Escape's page.
How the fuck?
And I discovered that she sells seasonings.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
But the point of that is, the story is that, have you ever noticed that Miss Tina, when she posts her friends, when like they used to like be like out and about or whatever, it would always be like her, Holly Robinson Pete, Layla Rashawn, and Cookie Johnson, and then Bill Bellamy for whatever fucking reason.
Yo, I was like, why the fuck is big Bill Bellamy there?
Yeah, it'll be like Samuel Jackson's wife, and it'll just be like, you know, everybody, and then Bill Bellamy.
Wait, is this
like, why are you apart, sir? Queen of Music, Britney Spears. Here's the thing.
That was
it wasn't as bad as people. It wasn't as bad as people made it.
What?
I'm not saying it wasn't bad. I'm just saying with a little vocal training, and by a little I mean a lot, you know, she could be upgraded to horrible, you know?
So Khalees, you know Khalees has a farm, right? And so she went on live not too long ago because one of her goats was in labor.
Oh, dear. She played it well.
In the same way that for whatever reason you ended up or Latasha Scott's. Latasha or Latasha? Which one?
No, Tamika.
Tamika.
The other evil sister.
So the way that Britney Spears led you to Tamika Scott's Instagram, that just reminded me of Khalees's goat in labor.
Yeah.
The other day.
Mm-hmm. Was Bill Bellamy also there? Because apparently he just shows up at this. Listen,
that wasn't the goat.
She tried. She wasn't like there were moments there, you know?
I love her.
There were moments.
Yo, y'all niggas is digging to the bottom of the purse to find
Because
And I
I'm trying to be
understand.
very sensitive.
I know. No, I know.
This is her self-care, nigga. I'm not trying to dump on her.
This didn't have nothing. I didn't say nothing. Actually, all I said was Khalees had some goats that was in labor, and the goat's name was Cookie. And yeah, I thought that was beautiful. The goat was also in a little bit of distress because I think the baby was breached, which I'm not. I'm so sorry. I'm not laughing at the goat.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. It was just. I forgot about that detail and I thought about that singing. And I was like, of course the goat was in distress. Oh God.
Listen, speaking of distress and irony, RIP to our queen, Betty White.
Whoa. I mean, listen, Betty White lived a very, very full life. Very full life. Like, she died just before her 100th birthday, which, how many people can say
The
that?
world jinxed.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Because actually what's so crazy is she made a post, or her team or whoever, made a post where she was going to celebrate her 100th birthday with, like, on a show. It was something for people to tune into. And I was like, damn. And when I initially saw the post before I read the thing, you already know what every time, you know? And so I saw that and I was like, oh shit. And then boom, like a few days later.
So I used to be, maybe this is like me being superstitious, but I always used to be afraid like to age myself up on like dating profiles and stuff like that. Because I always feel like I wouldn't make it to that age.
Why would you do that?
Well, you know what I mean? Like how people, people lie, right? So like I always was afraid to lie about that, to be like a year younger or a year older, just in case I didn't make it to that age or whatever. You know how people have like Hollywood ages and stuff?
Yeah, but they already passed that age, so they're not really jinxing nothing.
I know, but still, it's like I'm just comfortable with, you know, the age I am.
As you should be.
It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah, take me as I am.
Yeah, but Betty White, I was a little sad, you know. I was like, oh, I knew this day would come.
I know. And then,
but it's also one of those days that you kind of have been waiting to come. You know what I mean? Like, not to say like Betty White being dead has been a joke on the internet since like forever. You know what I mean?
oh, it has? Oh, how terrible.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like she's the only one around out of the four of them from Golden Girls. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, true.
Was most of the cast of Mary Tyler Moore too. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. That's
so
true.
And there's a whole Twitter account that says, you know, Betty White outlives, and it'd be like, it's a whole like stream.
Is Mary Tyler Moore? Yeah. Did Mary Tyler Moore die?
Oh yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right before the demic.
Oh, word? I don't even remember that. Hold on. Let me look. Mary.
Maybe, I want to say 2018, maybe 2018 or 2019.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take...
You're gonna make it after all.
But
she died in 2017. Oh, she was my grandma's age. She was born the same year as my grandma.
Yeah, I miss Nick at Night. I don't know why they don't have an app.
Because they probably got those stations where they play all them old shows, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. Even like on Hulu, like
It's not the same
Yeah,
as like
some of them are there.
falling asleep or like nothing else being on, and you like, I'm gonna watch this Dick Van Dyke nigga. I'm gonna watch this shit and see what's up with. I'm gonna watch this Honeymooner shit, nigga. I'm gonna watch this Mary Tyler Moore. I'm gonna watch this Mork and Mindy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same as that going and then tuning in, because then you're not gonna go tune into it.
Right. Let's take a break.
Okay.
Before I tell you what's... Yeah. Let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah, I can be your Martin, you can be my Gina, I can be your
Wednesday night at the in-laws, but I'm not missing the Wednesday night movie.
I'm working the late shift, but I'm not missing the late show.
Thanks to Sony's revolutionary Betamax deck, which hooks up to any TV set, now you can automatically videotape your favorite show even when you're not home and watch it anytime you want.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm going home.
We got...
And we're black. So, I was in the bed for 3 weeks. And I didn't really move out my bed. And during that time, I watched some amazing television. I need to give you the rundown of the rundown.
Okay.
Number one, I'll get to the mess because that's all where the juicy happens. But all the prim and proper stuff.
Okay.
Insecure was great. I'm happy that it ended on its own terms. The cast did amazing. The story wrapped up beautifully. I loved it. James Bland's documentary before it, great, awesome. Number two, everybody needs to watch Abbott Elementary because that's just hilarious.
Yes, it's so good. It's so good.
I didn't realize everybody hates Chris is so skinny.
Yeah, he's a slimmy.
Like, he's very slim. For whatever reason,
we're not used to seeing him as a grown.
No, even like I see him on like the internet and stuff or whatever. I just didn't expect. When people wear dress clothes and slacks, it makes them a lot like thinner and stuff. Maybe with men, it exposes how thick or skinny they are. Which you need to watch Amazing Race this season. Not to cover, but just to watch in your background time.
Okay.
So, and the reason this all is about to make sense. So, we started watching The Amazing Race. I watched it when I was a kid, but we binged it right before COVID, and so. There is a contestant on there by the name of Brian. He was this white man who had a black wife, and they made it to top 3. So this was in the early 2000s, right? Fast forward, the white man Brian has another wife who's black, and they have a show at HGTV.
Okay.
So I say all this to say, for the last 3 weeks, I've done nothing but watch HGTV. And I've learned that there is nothing but drama and chaos and negativity on HGTV, and they've hit it from us very, very well. Check it. So there's this chick on HGTV named Allison Victoria. She has a show called Windy City Rehab.
Now to our GMA cover story. What looked like a dream home on HGTV is now at the center of a lawsuit. The new homeowners suing the stars of Windy City Rehab and their contractor.
So it's based in Chicago, right?
Okay.
So she has this white business partner man named Donovan. Donovan has been snifing, hundreds and thousands of dollars per project. And they flipped. They're a flipping company and they redesigned. It's HGTV.
Okay.
Like one project, he embezzled $189,000. What? Right. And so what he was doing was, not only was he her business partner, he was subcontracting like the contract work to companies that he owned. But he was using cheap materials and not building things up to code so he could pocket the money. So therefore there's two houses or homeowners that are suing her because her name was on the loan because of the flip. But it's like, I didn't build the houses. I just designed them. He built them.
Oh.
And nigga, this is all on the show.
Wait, what? On HGTV?
Yes.
I don't know that like that.
Yes. There's scenes of her at talking to her lawyers. She's at a law firm suing him. It is drama.
What?
Yes.
Let me get my
Nigga, it has been wild watching HGTV.
You know, I really had this like big plan to sit back and like watch all these shows. And I realized I'm not like a good binger bitch. Like let me not say that. I'm not good at like picking new shows very well. So I end up going back to something I've watched before, and then and then I'll start something new every once in a while or whatever. So I started Succession, and then niggas were just getting way too excited about it, so I stopped watching it just out of, just anti-ness. I was like, I'm gonna watch it, but you niggas is too excited and you need to calm down. So I'm gonna go back to that. And I spent such a great majority of my time watching the Great British Baking Show.
Oh my gosh. I just discovered it. So not because you would think it'd be some shit I watch. No. So I know. So we've been watching a lot of British TV. Big Fat Quiz Show, and airs in the UK. Oh. And Noel Felding, who's one of the hosts on Great British Bake Off, is one of the featured comedians on that show. Oh. And so that's how I started watching it. I watched it for the first time, and I know it's been on forever in the UK. And I know we finally got it. Netflix finally picked it up in their cycle 5.
Okay.
It is calming, shady television.
I like that British humor. I'm not going to hold you. I really enjoy it.
Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful.
Nice crack.
Thank you, but what do you think about the shortbread?
Oh my God.
It's like if Frasier had a cooking show. It's like calm and silent.
Yeah.
But it's all chaotic.
Yeah.
I also don't agree with Nadia winning. And, I honestly hate her because I don't want to say I hate her because she's a black woman. Mm-hmm. But I hate her food. The girl, Nadia, I think she won season 8 or whatever. Uh-huh. She has that show on Netflix called Nadia Bites. All that shit looks nasty.
It be a lot of people. Let me just shut up. I'm just be quiet.
Actually, since we're here, I have something to share with you.
Okay. I really
about
want
cooking.
baked potato, but I just,
I went on Twitter and in order to prepare for like a healthy living or whatever and cooking more and all that good stuff, I wanted, cookbook recommendations. And so, because I have a library card and, through the app is how I read free books and shit because whatever. So, someone recommended me a cookbook and I'm going to read you the introduction and you tell me who it is.
Okay.
When I was a young doll, the kitchen was where we congregated as a family. My mom and I shared special bonding time there, talking and laughing, and then, before I knew it, a meal had been prepared. My mom always presented cooking as fun and exciting, which made me eager to pitch in. For me, cooking is neither a chore nor a daunting task that looms over my head throughout the day. Cooking is my refuge. In the kitchen, I am in my comfort zone, and for the longest time, I thought everyone shared the same cosmic experience I have while cooking, until I saw the panic that possessed my friends when confronted with the thought of being in the kitchen. Can you guess who that is?
Don't tell me it's Sonny Anderson.
No. I'm going to read you the first line. Okay. When I was a young doll, the kitchen was where we congregated as a family.
What the fuck is that?
Miss Quad, honey. She ready? She ready.
I thought I was thinking of chefs.
Yeah.
So Miss Quad says that she can cook.
Well, yeah, she realized it when she was a young doll. It's all in the introduction.
Okay, let me see if she posts a picture of her food.
Oh, she does. It's in the book. First of all,
ain't that the lady from
you...
Housewives?
I don't know if you can see it, but look upon the screen.
I can't see a good picture of what that is. Here we go. I'm pulling her up.
Well, no, it's exactly... No, look.
Is that... What is that?
Salmon croquettes.
Nigga. Food. Nigga food. Niggas love salmon croquettes.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's nigga food.
Okay. Pepper shrimp. Okay, I see. Okay, what is this?
It's like she can't help herself from being quiet. Like, I read this entire cookbook, by the way, over the break. Because it reads very quickly. It is, it's like reading Drag Race. But like with food. like I was just ready for like.
Oh, is this her
like
plating
glitter
on
to
her?
come out, you know what I mean?
My friend, the Cornish hen. Okay. Okay, let me just go to the hashtag.
Cooking with Quad, honey.
What is this?
It's another segment of Cooking with Miss Quad. Yes, God.
That is not gumbo.
On the menu tonight, Miss Quad. We're gonna take it to the bayou. We're gonna do a little something for New Orleans.
No, what are those chunks?
My gumbo here, baby.
That's not gumbo.
Get into it. Get into it. A fall face first. You see the roux is thick, honey.
What is that?
They say thicker than gumbo. Not Miss Quad's gumbo.
Her soul.
We have everything in it. We have seafood. We have chicken. We have andouille sausage. Okra.
See, that's how I know you know it ain't gumbo. She said andouille.
And put it on that. And then we might add a little bit of that to salt.
And then she gonna show this.
Maybe.
Yes, God. Yes, God.
Maybe that's the brand, andouille.
No, nigga. No. Miss Quad is lying. And she don't... What is this? We have lamb shanks, baby. You see these lamb shanks? Everything got the same sauce. I mean, I'm not saying it looks bad. That gumbo did not look good, though. It looked slimy. It didn't look thick. Like it was thick, but it was like she put cornstarch in it or something. I don't know. It was weird. And there was some white chunks. It's like she put fish in it. You don't put fish in gumbo. You know, there's a lot of shit niggas like really trying to get real experimental with gumbo. And there's that you just don't put in gumbo. You don't put corn in gumbo. You don't put outside of your mirepoix, you don't put baby carrots in gumbo. You don't put lobster chunks in gumbo. Niggas need to just stick to the script and stop doing that. That, I don't know what those big white chunks were in her gumbo, but that upset me.
Probably potatoes.
Those were... You don't put potatoes!
I'm not saying it was right, girl. I was just saying it was potatoes.
I hate her. I hate her so much.
But yeah, I read a lot of cookbooks over my break. This Quad was one of them, and I felt like I should share that with you.
Okay, well, thank you. Yeah. No, thank you.
Let's take a break.
Does she have that gumbo in that book?
That's a good question. Let me look. Let's take a break, and I'll look for it. And we'll be back.
And I'll tell you some stories when we come back. Okay.
All right, hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
You know how come the chicken crossed the road, huh? Ready to run away from them Cajuns. I'll tell you right now, because Cajuns will eat most anything, and they love cooked chicken. They love to eat chicken. That's for true. I can tell you that right now. And Today I'm going to cook you some chicken gumbo.
And we're black. No, she does not have the gumbo.
Good.
In the recipe book.
She should be accosted for that stuff that she called gumbo.
So, I don't know. This might be random thoughts that Chris and I had talked about, but like, full disclosure. So I've been making him watch Being Mary Jane, and
why?
Yeah.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, I know. And he's a trooper, though. I'm quite surprised.
It wasn't a bad show.
It's just a lot of show.
It's a lot of show.
A lot of things in the show that was bad.
You know, Gabrielle Union is there, right in our faces.
Yeah. Then honestly, she was the saving grace, which was not something you would say in the early 2000s. You know.
No. But you know, she's come a ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. So, you know, Mary Jane has a lot of sex on the show. And so, like, and so there's a lot of niggas and shit on there. Because you remember first season Omari Hardwick or whatever, but we've already, you know, he's naked on Power all the fucking time or whatever.
Everybody's naked on Power.
So all of a sudden, Chris Rogers goes, you know, like in sex scenes on TV, right, or in movies. I'm like, yeah. He's like, so like, how do they cover up the booty hole? I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, you know, like, there's skinny niggas, so like, there's this particular scene where like, on Being Mary Jane, where remember after she tries to do, spoiler alert.
Nigga, the show came out 75 years ago. There's no spoiler alerts.
So, remember when she tried to do the, freeze her eggs?
Yes.
And then instead of going to her appointment,
yeah.
Instead of going to her appointment, she ended up having sex with, David.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, like, he's a very skinny man, you know. Well, he's a rather slender man, excuse me. And so, in the way he was positioned, you know, the cheeks had to be spread and the hole had to be exposed. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So it's like, how do they cover that up?
Are they angling?
No, but think about it. On Power, they definitely showed Omari Hardwick's booty hole throughout the whole entire series.
Booty holes.
It's in episode 2, girl. Look at it.
What's that? Girl, that's a booty hole.
Not a hole, Keisha. A valve.
I know they show butt.
Gay men know all the iconic news scenes and timestamps. Just like Larry Fishburne on School Days, and you see his nine schlong.
I don't want to see that.
Well, see, back then when he was Larry,
Larry was different than Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence, I'm not interested, but Larry, yeah.
That's that. Yeah, no, Lawrence is. Yes. Anyway, did I tell you this tale of how I had to cuss somebody out at school already?
Mm.
I was really trying to tuck my jade away. You know, for as long as I could. You know what I'm saying? And it was just right before the holidays. I think it was maybe that Wednesday before. So there's a young man in my class who had his mask down in the hallway.
Oh, God.
And this is like 2 days before Christmas Eve. Wednesday? What Christmas was? Christmas Eve was Friday, right? So yeah, 2 days before Christmas Eve. So we're gonna get out the next day, and everybody's just trying to make it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This nigga pulls his shit down around his chin. And the day before, I had told him on the way out of the building, because as soon as we were out of class, he was like, "Oh, we're out of class. I can pull my mask down." I said, "That is not what that means. Pull that thing up. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, where are you living right now?" So the next morning, I get to school, and we got to get dressed in the hallway, like put our whole uniform on and stuff. And this nigga, I see his whole mask at his chin. So I say, "Pull your mask up." I'm not going to say his name. And because at this point, I have no patience. I don't have no please.
I'll say it, Tim. Get it.
Yeah. I said, "Tim."
That's right, Joel. I know you listen to this.
Oh, yes. Because I did tell you that. Oh, yes. This is the same little nigga who found the podcast. So if you hear it, should have kept that mask up.
Joel, Drew, Steven.
Joel. I remember I told you about that little boy whose name was Noel, and my father kept calling him Noel, and he was like, "My name is Noel." And he was like, "You don't deserve 2 syllables."
You're not worthy of another syllable.
He's like, "You're not worth 2 syllables. I'm calling you No. Get out my face." So I say, "Pull that mask up." This little boy yells down the hallway to me, "You're not my mom." I said, "And thank God for that, but I'm about to make you my motherfucking son if you don't pull that mask up around your nose and mouth. You want to piss me off today?" And we in the hallway, so it's full blown everybody. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? What world are you living in? You living in a different world than I'm living in?" And he got so embarrassed. And all I know is at the end of class, he sashays over and says, "I'm sorry, Jade, I was in a really bad mood this morning." and I'm sorry that I spoke to you like that. And I said, "And I'm sorry I had to talk to you like that." I said, "I don't want to do that." I said, "But let's be very clear here. I'm not playing these bald-headed COVID-ass games." I was like, "And next time it will be uglier. But I appreciate your apology. And we good." And we good. That's all.
See, when people say words like, "You're not my mom," I automatically assume that they have a manifesto written. You know, if you know, you know. Because
especially to me.
I'm just saying, those are Chichko Mafia words. "You're not my mom." Like, oh God.
What?
But yeah.
Oh, you froze all the way out. Damn. Your internet's going out. Your internet is going out. Badly. Okay.
And it's been happening a lot lately. And I think it has to do with people are coming back home.
Oh, really? And this making it go out like that?
People aren't using the bandwidth or whatever in the neighborhood as much because they're back to work, but now niggas is back home.
Oh yeah, because of like the start. Yeah, because y'all got an outbreak like we did.
Yeah, like I don't know if I said this earlier, but I know it's on Patreon. But like they have COVID testing sites on almost every corner in my neighborhood in Los Angeles. And before walking down, nobody was really going to them. And, you know, it was almost like the people who were working there were like begging people to come to take tests or whatever. You know what I mean? Now, oh honey, now there's even more testing sites. And there's like lines.
Oh, of course.
You know, I mean, it's nowhere ridiculous like New York, where everything is operated out of the city MD, which I don't know why they just don't deploy more mobile buses.
You can't get tested.
But
You
whatever.
can't get tested at the city MD. It's not the city MD. Oh no, you can't get vaccinations at the city MD. You can get testing, but it's not. We have the stands as well. Like before, even before this crazy outbreak, there were stands all over the place. Like I remember, because remember initially I would take the train, and then like if I had a doctor's appointment, I would go take it into the city or whatever, like for a second. And then when Omicron, like right before the holidays, when it really just like flared up real bad, that's when it was like. But when I was walking through the city and stuff, it would be all kinds of testing sites. They got them all outside Atlantic Terminal, like they been had them. We just had such a terrible. We just got overrun where we were like 100 something thousand cases, like in a spike. I think we had like 120,000 something or something crazy like that. Shit was going up craziness. It was craziness.
Golly.
I'm over it.
My goodness.
I'm completely over it.
Me too.
Completely over it.
So, last thing I want to touch on is Drake.
Look, me and the mic, we coexist. My flow is a glass box with no exits, and you can observe why you trapped in it. Took my lady's track and I sprinkled some rap in it. They telling me lies.
Normally, I'm not the type of person to talk about pop culture or whatever here anymore.
Oh, no.
But I thought this was very interesting.
What did he do?
So, you know, he met a young filly out, you know, in a boat, wherever he, you know, resides.
Boots in the boots.
Yeah, and so, you know, he met a young lady, and, you know, they hit it off real well, and, you know, he didn't, you know, he was very calm and very gentlemanlike and took her back to the room. This is all the woman's accounts, by the way.
Okay.
Because she's suing him, and I'm going to tell you why. A second. She said, you know, he's very gentlemanlike. He had, you know, the weed, you know, they smoke copious amounts of marijuana.
Okay.
And, you know, setting the mood right. She also says that, you know, he asked if she would like to have sex and that he made it a point at every juncture to make sure it was consensual.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Totes preach.
Yeah, we likes that.
He goes to the bathroom and emerges with the condom already on his penis.
Okay.
And, you know, and then they proceed to, you know, do it. You know, he, you know, hits it from the back and all of that.
Okay.
You know, he finishes, you know, in the condom. And he goes to the bathroom to discard it.
Okay.
Now, somehow, some way, he goes to the bathroom, discards it, and then leaves the room for whatever reason.
Okay.
Or he, you know, they have sex, he goes to the bathroom, and then she goes to the bathroom, right? And she's suing him because she has a chemical reaction and burns on her vagina because Drake, when disposing the condom, he didn't flush it. He put it in the trash. But he put hot sauce in the condom. and then put it in the trash. The woman tried to take the condom and take the remnants that was in the condom.
Oh my God.
And tried to, you know, find herself in the family way with Drake's child, you know?
And
yeah. I'm on Drake's side.
Yeah, nigga, I never thought I'd say it. Never thought I'd say that. Never thought I'd see the day. But we going for the turkey basting situation.
Big Mary Jane all over again.
You deserve whatever Cholula got in your coochie if you being foul. Like, that's just what it is. I thought she was going to say the nigga gave her something. At first I thought, initially before you said a certain thing, I thought maybe she had an allergic reaction to the condom. And, you know, which I still was going to say, well, that's not the other person's fault if you have an allergic reaction to the condom. I didn't know what the fuck you was about to say. Nigga, I did not think that Aubrey Drake Graham was out here putting hot sauce inside of condoms. My guy is walking around with hot sauce in his bag. Swag.
I think, you know, because if you don't flush the condom, then you need to put something in either soap or water or whatever.
Of course.
You know, to kill. Even though it would have been dead inside the condom anyway because of the spermicide.
Because of the spermicide, because it hit the air, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sorry, girl. You got what you deserved.
Garbage condom pussy.
Garbage condom pussy.
I don't want to be, you know, one of those like people who are like academic and use the word spaced all the time in culture. However, come up culture is problematic in this space.
2 for 2. Swing, swing.
Because you don't, nothing came across your mind to think that this is weird behavior.
No, let me tell you something. There's been problems long before this occurrence, okay? I can tell you if somebody's thinking like that they got some issues.
Come up culture. Again, come up culture is wrong in this space. This is not how to do it.
It's not.
You can trap a nigga way more in so many other ways.
See, there's so... I know. And niggas never do it right. It's never done right. Tory Lanez tried with come up culture.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that fare for him?
Mm-hmm.
Not well.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, or niggas still excusing him? Or is he now disappeared?
Well, niggas will always excuse men.
Always,
when they do wrong.
yes, but you know what I mean. Like, has that nigga disappeared yet? Has he? Oh, okay. Well, maybe not then.
And you know who's also nasty too? Trey Songz. Nasty and gross too.
I heard that nigga. I've been heard that nigga was gross though. I've been heard for a long time that nigga was gross. And I'm not surprised.
Yeah. But yeah, come up culture is wrong in this space.
I hate you.
Because you cannot ooh, yes, I'm gonna go in here and just shove the condom in my pussy because all of a sudden I'm Drake's baby.
That's why I said something was wrong before she even took the measures that she took. Like, she had the thoughts.
Listen.
And in order for you to have the thoughts.
And people always think like people could automatically give up their parental rights too, you know?
Yeah.
Like, on Selling Sunset. Have you? I know you don't.
You
watch
know,
Selling
I
Sunset.
haven't.
Have you watched Selling Tampa, the black one?
No, nope. Because I heard it was raggedy and they didn't do them right in the budget, and so I don't even watch the Housewives.
Even okay. I'm not even gonna touch that. I'm not even gonna touch that because normally I'm all, yeah, they play the black people, but no.
No, well, I mean, first of all, it's Tampa, and I'm not interested. But also,
that's also the thing. But also, anytime a person willingly says that they want to have a child with Ocho Cinco, you should know that the storyline is gonna go left.
Yeah, cause that nigga is left.
Fine, but left. But you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh my God! You know what we didn't talk about? Bob Saget died, nigga.
Damn, I know. And Sidney Poitier.
And Sidney Poitier, but Sidney Poitier fell in line with Betty White to me in the sense where, that nigga lived a long life.
94,
you know what I'm saying? And yeah, he paved the way, but I'm not going to lie to you. The wretched place that is the internet is no, I did not. The wretched place that is the internet. Somebody asked the other day. They was like, "Damn, niggas went up more for Betty White than they did when." In which I think everybody paid their respects and they're just due to Sidney Poitier for what he, you know what I'm saying? Him being the first, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they was like, yeah, but he wasn't banging with you niggas like that.
Yeah.
And that's why. But Betty White was banging with you niggas like that.
Yeah, him and Harry Belafonte was messing with the white meat.
It was, and they was not banging with you niggas like that.
Nah, like that, nah.
Whereas Betty White was out here, she was out here in the lynching days, still like, well,
saving niggas and animals.
Okay. Wait, no, not saving niggas. Wait, no. We're not giving. I'm not giving no white person that.
No.
But I know what you mean. Yes, Betty White was a queen. Let's be very clear here. She was a queen. But anyway, yeah, Bob Saget died, and I thought that was sad.
It was, especially since it seemed like he was in a good place, and he was tweeting and saying like he was happy that he was on tour.
Yeah,
and it was no foul play. He just died in his sleep.
There was no foul play?
Good, no drugs, no nothing. It was just time for him to go.
Wow.
And it'd be like that.
Yeah.
It's sad, but we all can't be in this life forever. I think that would be hell if you were, but
but he wasn't very. How old was Bob Saget?
You're gonna live through like another iteration of TikTok. 65.
Yeah, see, that's not even old for it to be just your time.
Yeah.
That's not old at all. That's frightening. Yeah, I felt bad though, and then I had a thought, but I'm not gonna say it because it's the first show of the new year.
Oh, you thought where was he on the 6th?
No, no, I know Bob Saget wasn't there. No, I wondered. No, I said, well, how does he really feel about? I just wonder how he really felt about DJ Tanner, in real life. Cause she real crunk for Christ, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, or how he felt like Becky going to prison,
right? Like, his commentary is actually pretty funny. So
it really is.
I just would have. Liked
it's not just the Wake Up San Francisco and cat videos. Honey. He was a little brunch there.
It's not a little, honey. Okay, it's not Danny Tanner vacuuming the vacuum cleaner. It was it was very opposite.
He wanted to know where the freaks were at Equinox.
Yes, he was.
She's got scotch taped matches over these areas, and she lights the matches on fire, and then she does a little dance in her cocaine stupor, and then she just blows herself out. And she goes, and now the comedy of Bob Saget.
Bob Saget was a dirty motherfucker, let me tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was sad.
But he was in a good place and passed away the other day.
Yeah.
Golly, so many just, exiting this earth. Golly.
Oh, earth is
It's been a long 3 weeks. It seems like it was long, but almost not long enough,
Have you ever watched the Krampus? Have you heard of the Krampus?
The who?
The Krampus. Okay, so
the Cramps?
Krampus. Okay, so
like crumpets?
No. So, okay, so come Christmas time, we was being family, and so we was like, we're gonna watch some Christmas movies. So we watched Nightmare Before Christmas and Krampus. And so the Krampus is like a horror Christmas dark comedy movie. And it's about this like essentially anti-Santa Claus. He's like the evil Santa, right?
Ancient spirit.
Those are hooves. Elk or a goat?
What kind of goat walks on its hind legs?
His name is Krampus.
So you have a bad Christmas experience or you renounce Santa. I can't remember what it was. Whatever. You say something and the Krampus shows up, because you an ungrateful little nigga. So at the end of the movie, so the Krampus like gets people and he keeps them in these snow globes, and it's almost essentially like hell. Well, come the end of the movie, they find out they thought that they escaped, but come to find out they all living in the Krampus's little snow globe hell. What if we are living in a Krampus snow globe hell? For the last 3 years. We don't even know we died, nigga. What if the whole earth just said pew and we all just living in it?
Well, I mean, that's what the Bible says. He got the whole world in his hands. Like, it's literally...
Who wrote that?
Is that?
Who wrote that? Who wrote that Bible?
I don't know. J.K. Rowling.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And
didn't niggas cancel him? It really is. That's what I'm saying. Okay. George Orwell, I don't know. It's somebody old and white.
Yeah. The nigga who wrote Game of Thrones. There's a lot of rape and incest in the Bible, too.
My cousin got mad the other day. There might be a couple girls who don't like this, but you can't please everybody. So I made
you can't order everything off the menu.
Can't, okay? Especially at the Cheesecake Factory. But anyway, so I was talking to my cousin. I made him mad because he was saying something, and I was like, "Nigga, have you ever thought about how niggas got Christianity? Like, do you ever just think about that? While you over here Thessalonian me? Do you think about that?" And he was like, what, yes. And I was like, slavery. I was like, they wanted the good niggers to hold y'all in line, so they taught them how to read from the Bible so that they could keep y'all in line with these laws and these ways. I was like, how come niggas can't just take principles? How come they can't just take principles of different shit? Because everything got principle. Quran, all of it got principle. But y'all out here eviling everybody to death. You're evil. You're not of God. You're not of this. And none of you all are following. You ain't following the principles. It ain't about what I'm not listening. I don't know who wrote that. I'm going to be real honest with you.
Most of us don't. I mean, we just know that Moses wrote the first 5 books and then,
Okay, and then it was a free-for-all, nigga. And then what? I'm supposed to just listen to what you say? Because you told me that? Honk, honk.
Right. Like, it could have been somebody random, like Maya Wilkes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the authoress.
Oh, hell no.
I wrote the Bible.
What if the Bible was originally called Oh, hell no?
Yeah. Forward by Paula J. Parker. Yeah.
Oh my God. What if Lil Mo wrote the Bible? What you niggas older this
No,
long?
she couldn't because it's too long.
I think the lyrics to Superwoman are somewhere
You
in the
know
Bible.
who would have really written the Bible though?
Who?
Oh, it is. It's an ecclesiastical.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Mariah would have wrote the Bible because, you know, it's hella wordy.
Oh yeah,
And, you know,
I am
she
thinking
loves
of
now.
you.
You know what I
In a
mean?
sleepless
Like,
solitude tonight. If it's wrong to love you. No. Oh, okay. Can you why you keep doing this? It's my first day back. Like, come on, man. Oh, so I keep one eye open like CBS. To be stressed, right?
I was not expecting that.
Can I live?
Oh my gosh.
That's it. We easing on in this week. We just easing
Oh my
on
gosh.
in, nigga.
First day back.
Okay, you all already know how
Feel
that
like
is.
Goa.
It's like the Mondays.
Yes.
You know, niggas is trying to get
That's
acclimated
it for
again.
That's it for today's episode.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that $7 holler on the Patreon. We
With that being said, thank you for listening.
Oh, you must have a delay. Oh. Okay.
No, go ahead. The delay is really, really bad. So you go ahead. You can wrap up the episode.
Okay, all right. Well, once again, thank you for listening to this chaos and negativity, even in the new year. Okay, because same us. Hit the Patreon. We have more content coming for you all. Now that we are off break, our engines are revving again, and so you can catch all of that over there. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube. All the links are in the description box. And niggas will be back with guests and content and shows and all kinds of things. But until then, you niggas be safe and wash your hands.
And wear your mask. Bye.
For sure. Bye.
Yes, we're moving.